Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Yes, keto, with my total carbs always under 20 total carbs. I don't do net, and I don't do shakes or bars or products that are kind of franken-foodish. I like my foods to be recognizable. If you looked at my dinner plate, my OMAD plate, you would say, oh, she's having a salad and she's having a steak. Well, that looks simple enough. So, yes, I'm back recovering from my fun adventure at the Cape Cod emergency room. Oh, that was something. But, the things I do so I can just warn you if you're having the same problem. And it's kind of funny to take it out of the shadows, being an older woman with issues that we just don't talk about with other people. And I noticed it was that way too when I hit menopause oh so many years ago. But I'm very glad to be here. Very happy to be keto. Very happy to see the keto family all intact and still willing to support me after I was just straying from the flock a little bit. And I think sometimes we do that. I've seen that with people that do egg fasts or just change up things. A lot of people I watched take a chance at carnivore, and then they just quietly didn't really post their, day one to finish of their experience, and it's not their channel, so why would they feel the need to? They just quietly went about their business. And so I'm very grateful to be having my salad back. I was in Trader Joe's yesterday getting my organic baby butter and radicchio lettuce. And as a lot of you know, I put macadamia nut oil and ghee, pink Himalayan ghee that's been melted into the macadamia nut oil on that. And then I put 30 grams of good culture cottage cheese plopped on top. To me, it's a magnificent, elegant way to have a salad. So today's just a nice regular day. I do work at midnight, so I do things during the day. Secure foods. It's the last day of, the shopping for the flyer before the new one comes out, and so, excuse me, if something's been on special and I like it and I needed to replenish my supply, then I kind of dart out. So yesterday I went to Shaw's, which is also Albertsons, and Trader Joe's. And I looked at Whole Foods, their offerings for the week. They're nice rated one, welfare, something, something meats. There was nothing there that was pulling at me. So I didn't need to go there. I go there if Topo Chico mineral water is on sale. And I love my different little products. And somebody said, all the people that talk about wanting to order or try macadamia nut oil, and they've just never really quite pulled the plug. Bid Now did message me that Piping Rock has it. I guess they are a supplement and food purveyor online, and it was a really good price. So it's pipingrock and .com. So who have I been listening to? Well, the usual regulars after doing like a month's worth of listening to Carnivore Women and Sean Baker, MD, I kind of stepped back, and now I'm kind of back thinking keto, watching videos from keto fests and keto summits and things like that. Yesterday, I watched Dr. Oz, and it was about the keto craze, and Mega from Keto Connect and a Stephanie Keto person were both on, along with a couple of others that I didn't recognize. And it's kind of amazing. I think one of them, the one that was there, the tall blonde woman, I think she's the one that wrote a book as well. I'm not sure. But it was interesting. And Dr. Oz was pretty accurate with saying what the typical keto macros are, 75 and 20 and 5. So I thought that that was very interesting. And I appreciate him doing that because, as we know, sometimes Dr. Oz, just sometimes the information is interesting to say the least. And his daughter has a segment now called The Dish, where they do some cooking and there's guest stars. So it's interesting. But I was very impressed with the Keto Craze segment for its authenticity. So if you are able to catch it, I bet the segment is on YouTube already. And so I would look for Keto Craze on Dr. Oz November 7th and see what it turns up. So, but for most of you doing keto, it would have been preaching to the choir, but the curiosity of what they did. I did like Mega's cracker recipe, and then she just kind of braked up the keto crackers around a dish of guacamole. And that looks like a very doable sort of item. I guess a smaller accompaniment for my OMAD, but a nice, healthy thing to have. I think it was made with chia seeds. It was like black and you could see the seeds, but looked good. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I've been playing with my chronometer to make sure that everything is updated. I weighed myself today. I weigh myself once a week on Thursdays, and then the scale gets hidden back under the vanity in my bathroom. And so I was 122.6 today, and that works for me. I feel leaner, and I do not feel bloated since adding back in the small salad this week, just in case you were wondering. Because sometimes the bloat part, I know, is a distractor from having the veggies on keto. But it hasn't given me that bloat factor. Maybe not having it did that. I don't know. You know how people do eliminations of things and then they reintroduce, and there is no problem, like the dairy and sometimes cheeses and other things. So I'm very happy. I upped my protein about 6 weeks ago. Absolutely no regrets. I think I finally heard the message from people that commented when they said older women need more protein, and so I heard it. I do hover. It's over 50 and under 75, which seems to work for this old body. So, what am I having today? I use the chronometer just because it's just a nice tool for me just to see what I'm having, and it's so ingrained. I love that word, pun not intended, in me, that it just works, and it takes seconds, and it's there, and my clients use it too. So this is what I am having today for my macros. I am having 1,300, excuse me, let me just brighten it. I am having 1,324 calories. My protein is 77.2, and you'll see why. Carbs are 3.8 total, not net, and my fat is 113. The reason my protein is bumped up like that is because I'm having a filet, which doesn't have much fat in it, and I'm also having with it 1 jumbo Pete and Jerry egg scrambled with 30 grams of Organic Valley cream cheese melted on it. And so I will have the egg in one plate, on one little fiesta plate, the filet, and it's been cooked on the big green egg, so it's been smoked, and then this just heats it up. Greg cooks it rare, so when I heat it in butter in my copper pan, it just reaches a wonderful, perfect place. And then my salad is 75 grams of Trader Joe's organic butter lettuce and radicchio with the 30 grams of Good Culture, the 1 tablespoon of macadamia nut oil warmed up with 8 grams of ghee in it. And that is my side salad. And it just seems to be working. I'm not I'm not complaining or beleaguered with anything after my episode. And so thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate all the comments that you've written and suggestions too. A lot of us tend to watch the same people and hope that they have a drop of a new video quite a bit. I still do listen to Dr. Berg live on Fridays because I've come home from my big grocery shopping at Market Basket, and which is a New England chain, and I'm putting away the groceries. So I put him on and listen to what he says. And I don't buy any of his products. I have cut back on my products. Did I tell you that Blue Cross Blue Shield provides a traveling doctor to come to your house if you have the supplement with Medicare? Well, I had a DO come to the house, this unbelievable woman, and she doesn't play well with mainstream healthcare. So that's why this is a position that she likes. It gives her the independence of being independent. And she was great. And so when I brought out my container of supplements that I take, there's some X's on some that I'm not taking. And so each and every one she went through with me, she was here for a total of 2 hours. And you just don't get that when you go to your regular doctor. And so she asked me why I was taking something and why I wasn't taking something. And she said, well, clearly you've done your homework, and the K word hadn't been mentioned. And then she said, a lot of people really find help doing the ketogenic plan. And I said, yes, I've been doing it for 4 years. And except for this little recent couple of weeks. So, yeah, so it was just so nice to be talking to somebody that understood it. I gave her Dr. Georgia Eads' name. She also loves, wasn't Dr. Fung, wasn't Dr. Westman, but she was talking about it. And a lot of people, she loves Dr. Thomas Seyfried, who is a cancer doctor in Boston and also teaches. He's a professor, and she loves his work as well. And so, she loves that. I know who she loves. She loves Dr. Hyman. And she said, do you know that, that he's only a self-pay? And then she said a couple of other doctors too, where, if you're wealthy and can afford the concierge type of doctor, you can go see him. But otherwise, we are blessed that people like him do the videos that we can partake in with his chosen guests. And she asked me about bone broth. And do I like it? Have I had it? Would I do it? Do I do it? And I said, it's one of those things in the perfect world with being a food addict, to have a mug of that, I don't know. It's just, I've made it. I did it in the Instapot. I've done it, with the bones on top of the stove for 2 days. I've done many different ways to Sunday of having the bone broth. It just kind of doesn't fit into my daily one more thing. What is your take on bone broth? Do you make it? Do you buy it? It's very pricey, but I suppose it's worth it if you're having 8 ounces for your gut. And, maybe just by saying this out loud, what's wrong with having 8 ounces of bone broth every day? Just for the wonders that it does for the metabolism in the gut. So I guess, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and maybe her mentioning that, I could not have my decaf coffee, and I could have that cup of the bone broth, but it's got the protein in it. So if you are doing a fast of your choice, fat fasting or water fasting or dry fasting, it could break your fast. I don't even think about that stuff at this point because I'm going 23 hours without my OMAD. And so I just don't want to get into the woo-woo of it all. I just love to think that my stomach gets a rest for 23 hours. That's how I look at it. And the scientific stuff is great. I listen to it, but I'm not ruled by scientific findings so much as my gut and, what I eat in a day and how it all plays out. So anyway, your thoughts on bone broth. Do you make it? Do you buy it? Do you have it? How much do you have? When do you have it? And so forth. And the rest is all just a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And I do total carbs, not net. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for all your support recently. And I couldn't do this without you, and I'm not going to. Thanks for watching. KetoCoachingSarah.com. KetoCoachingSarah.com if you need the one-on-one phone calls, emails, chronometer. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.